Hey guys, LMNTRIX here. Hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel and to a different style of video. Now, usually I like to script my videos simply because it allows me to go through everything in a structured manner, but I felt that for this style of video, I'd rather just have a conversation with you guys, and I think it's a lot more natural in that sense. So what we're going to be going over in this video is reviewing the current state of Breach, and I've divided it up into two parts because I talk a lot. Full stop. And no, but simply there's just too much to cover in one video that I don't just want to slap a 20-minute video on you guys. So I'll just divide it up into two parts. The first part will be going over Breach's flashes. I'll be going over some in-game examples, and I'll be combining it with some of the spots that I like to use for Breach. In the second video, we'll be going over everything else, basically. His fault line, his aftershock, and his ultimate ability. Now, just before we continue with this video, I want to say that this is a new style of video format. If you do enjoy it, please let me know in the comments down below or drop a like to this video. If you didn't enjoy it, also let me know, and maybe a dislike then, so that I know not to do it in the future. But for now, we're going to try this format. And the final thing I want to say is I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Central European Summertime. So you know what? Feel free to join in. Have a good time, and if you have any questions, and if those questions get asked a lot, I'll probably include them in this style of video in the future as well. So for now, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Oh yeah, let me know your thoughts as well on Breach. I talk about everything in this video in my own opinion and everything that I think about Breach in his current state. So if you disagree with me, or if you have a different opinion, that's completely fine, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So make sure to let me know. Who knows, there might be something that I missed, or something that opens up my eyes to something that I didn't even know about. So yeah, let me know, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Right, so I basically just jumped into a custom game right here, and we're going to be starting off and talking about Breach's triple flash setup. Now, the question I get asked a lot is, LMNTRIX, or people basically saying, LMNTRIX, you must be so happy that Breach has 3 flashes. Yes, I am. I really am happy, and I think it is a great addition, but I don't think it was necessarily the right addition to Breach's kit. The reason I say that is because his fault line and his aftershock are really lacking compared to his flashes. And the reason why I'm reluctant to say that Breach is OP in his current state is because his flashes are definitely the best in the game, but they're not the best flashes to use in every situation. And what I mean by that is, if you're stuck in a clutch situation, let's say 1 versus 2, you have no idea where the enemy players are. Popping out a flash in that situation might not be the best idea, simply because of how long it takes and how long it takes for the flash to basically detonate, right? In many cases, I've been stuck in a clutch situation where I pull out my flash and then suddenly I'm dead because the dude peeks the corner, the timings are completely off, and that's the thing with Breach's kit. The number one and the most important thing is you need to understand your surroundings, and you need to have a lot of awareness with this kit, because if you don't, you're gonna struggle quite a bit, and that's where the flashes are, I think, really difficult to get kind of the timings right. And that's why I'm kind of reluctant to say they're OP. Now, if we look in the elo that I play in, Diamond/Immortal, then we starting to come to these situations where I really like to play here on Bind, for example, on B long, and enemies will usually come up here. And what I'll do is I'll wait until I hear steps. Even if I don't hear steps, I'll pop a flash, but I won't peek the corner. I won't peek the corner because I know that if I peek this corner, I'm gonna get one tapped. It happens all the time. So what I'll do is now that I have 3 flashes, I can peek this corner. I'll wait. If I then hear gunshots being fired, if I hear them spraying, then I know they're flashed and they're just spraying and praying, right? Then I'll wait a second longer. I'll wait for them to push up a bit more when they're not flashed. I'll flash again, and then they'll be spraying, and that's when I peek, right?
Nice. I'm French, yeah?
One teleported out.
I've had many situations where it has worked really effectively, because what you need to do with Breach's flash is flash, wait, and then peek. Don't peek directly after. But in many cases, I've had enemy players that are completely flashed and they still one-tap me after waiting half a second. And that's why I'm reluctant to say that his flashes are so OP, because on defense, in many cases, when you're using them to stop an enemy rush, they're really effective for pushing the enemies back. But to flash and then to peek, it's a really risky play, and it definitely pays off if you get the timings right and if you're lucky that the enemy misses their random headshot. But overall, it's going to be very frustrating when you encounter these situations, and I've encountered them a lot of the times, and that's why I'm just reluctant to say that his flashes are OP at this point, because I flash so many enemies, but I just get one tapped so often. No, dude, what's the point of a flash if it doesn't work, man? It never works. I get one tapped every time, bro. Now, I want to talk to you guys about this next point, and this next one over here is where I do think Breach's flashes are a little bit OP, okay? Because on attack, you're usually going to be here. The barrier is going to be right over here. And what I like to do is, before Breach had 3 flashes, I usually didn't waste my flash on this corner here to force the enemy player that's going to peek this corner back. What I would do is just save it, so I can save it to push out onto the side. Now, Breach has 3 flashes, so that means I can waste 1 flash to basically prevent the enemy from dry peeking or peeking this corner really early on into the round. And that's what I do now. I flash here, I can push out, the guy's flashed, I can flash again, he's still flashed, I can peek out here and I kill him. I've had situations where I've done this and the guy playing in hookah has been flashed for 4 to 6 seconds. Like, he didn't see anything. Like, he even wrote in chat, like, I didn't see anything for 4 seconds. So in that sense, yes, Breach's flashes are extremely annoying and extremely effective at the same time. So it just comes down to understanding when to use his flashes and using them in the right situations. And that's also why I think the triple flash setup is such a great addition to his kit, because don't be afraid to waste 1 flash in order to prevent the enemy player from peeking and getting an early kill on your team into the round, right? So use that 1 flash to prevent the enemy player from peeking. Right, and the final thing that I want to mention about Breach's flashes, which I think no other agent in the game can basically match his utility, and that is for a play that I like to do quite often. I won't do it many times in the same game, but I'll try and switch it up so the enemies can't really anticipate when I'm going to do this. But the barrier will be right here. I like to have my flash ready and out. I'll just run out here, flash this corner, flash again, and then peek here, and anyone in this open area here will get flashed. And as I said, there's no other agent in the game that can do this, because with Phoenix's flash, you have to stand in this corner, you have to flash around, but by the time you come to this corner over here, the enemies have already pushed up. So the good thing with Breach, you can already pop the first flash from a distance. When you're up close, you can pop the second flash, and most of the time the enemy player will be somewhere over here just completely flashed. And it's an easy, at least 1, sometimes even 2, if you're even lucky, 3 kills. But that's also why I think the triple flash setup allows for Breach to have these aggressive plays, which can really pay off early on into the round. So definitely give that a try. And I'm going to show you an in-game example now, and then we're going to jump into Haven. I'll show you one more in-game example, and then we'll be going on and talking about his fault line. Let's do something aggressive, boys. God damn it, my throat.
Oh, it's gonna be elbow, I think. We'll see.
Worthless.
Right, and I just want to talk to you guys about one more thing with regards to the last example I showed you, and it's around playing Breach with an aggressive playstyle, because I think it is really effective if you can execute an aggressive play on certain parts of the map. It's not going to work for every map and for every area of the map, but similar to Be Long on Bind, it works really effective. And same here as on double doors in Haven. And what I tend to do is the barrier will obviously be over here. I like to usually, depending if my team is following with me, I might pop a first flash already off here, or I might just push up, and then as soon as I'm close to this door, I'll pop my first flash. I'll come in here, make sure it's clear. Usually, and it works really effective, it just flashes anyone and you can get an easy kill on the guy camping in this corner over here, or anyone playing window. If he then pops into the corner, you have enough time to pop your aftershock and then just hold your crosshair at head level and basically finish him off as soon as he comes around and peeks the corner again. And then the next thing you want to do is kind of come up here and just pop a flash into this corner over here, and you can get an easy kill on the person usually playing B, because once you've pushed out into double doors, the B player usually comes here and watches double doors or window part of double doors, because you've killed the guy inside C short. Now, after you pop this flash and you kind of come around this corner, you get an easy kill on the guy over here. You can easily come out here from behind and kill the player on C. And I've done this several times, and it's so nice and it works so effective. And if you can execute these kind of plays with Breach, I think he will definitely be a much more viable and a much more effective character than the way people are playing him at the moment. And that is usually, in many cases, reserved and more at the back, which is not bad, and it's not the wrong way to play him, because you can definitely do that. But I think that playing him at the back all the time is kind of lacking, and it's not really using his utility to the fullest potential. Often I like to say that Breach is actually a duelist in many cases, and they just didn't have space for more duelists, so they just slapped the initiator title on him. I've heard many people say this, actually, you know, not only me, but it's just playing Breach in that aggressive playstyle. It just be so effective. So give it a try, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think we understand the game now, guys. We can win. Oh shit, I got stuck. Light C should be clear.